Crashing motorbikes. It's the elephant in the room, isn't it? It's the one thing that no biker likes talking about.
Absolutely, yes. It's something we spend most of our lives learning not to do. We go to rider training places to learn how to ride better and not crash. We insure ourselves in case of a crash, but not many people go and do it on purpose.
And that's exactly what we're here today to talk about. This bike that we're leaning up against is going to end up on the floor on purpose today.
Definitely, yeah. So we're here with R&G Racing, and what we're going to do is we've taken this beautiful spanking new Yamaha MT-10, we've put all of R&G Racing's latest kit on it, and we're going to crash it. See how the kit performs, see how the bike is protected by R&G's components.
And there's a caveat that we need to make sure that we've said at least once, which is professional rider, not riders. There's only Chris riding today. I dodged a bullet. I dodged a bullet. Professional rider, very much a closed road. We've done a safety brief. We've done some kind of risk assessment. We know exactly what we're doing. We have been here and done this before, years and years ago.
Don't try this at home.
So while Chris is away getting kitted up, I thought it would be a good chance to have a chat with Alan Garrett, who's the UK sales manager for R&G. Alan, thanks for offering your bike as a victim. Maybe we should talk about a little bit of the company history first.
It's actually the 20th anniversary of R&G this year. We've come a long way from the start, from the very first time when the crash bungs that you're familiar with on the side of the bike were produced, developed into many products now, complete protection for the bike, and projects like this are really important for us to get product feedback and development so we can put that into the next generation of protection.
So I guess today is doing two jobs for you really. It's giving us a chance to show our viewers and the wider audience something that they don't get to see every day, a bike being crashed on purpose, but there's a good chance that there'll be some feedback that you might be able to take from some of the parts that are fitted to this bike that may or may not have an impact on what RG stuff looks like in the future.
That's correct. I mean, two of the areas we get feedback from is directly from the road user, but also from our racing activities at the British SuperBikes. And when we get a product that needs improvement, we will look at trying to test it and then bringing it into production in due course.
Okay, so obviously me not being a racer, I have a completely different kind of mindset when it comes to crashing. I can see curbs, car, road furniture that your average racer and every racetrack in the land just doesn't have.
Furniture, as you mentioned, is always going to be a problem.
Yep.
We can't provide a 100% situation to protect from crashing, but what we can do is damage limitation, making sure that the expensive parts are protected. Somebody can pick the bike up and carry on a commute to work. They can carry on, finish their holiday off if they're on a tour and something's happened. And the road rider is the absolute paramount really for us.
Which is why we're using a road orientated bike today, the MT-10. It's in my opinion, it's one of the best street bikes that you can possibly buy. I'm amazed that McAMS have loaned us one of these and not something that's 20 years old out the back of a cupboard. So let's maybe talk about what you've done and what we fitted to this bike yesterday in the workshop in particular, but we're going to be assessing today.
So this is the complete street package that has been fitted to the motorcycle, from the frame protectors to the engine case covers, fork protectors at the front end, spindle slider and cotton reels at the back, and then we've also put a few styling accessories into it as well, such as the tail tide and the frame inserts.
So you're happy for us to do exactly what we're about to do, which is we're going to simulate, well, we're not going to simulate anything, we're going to do 30 miles an hour on the bike. We've removed the ABS fuse from this bike so we can lock the back brake up. We're going to lay it down in the dry, haven't even swept the surface. It's about as real a condition as you could possibly get. And then we're going to take a look and see what's gone on.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. Right, let's stop talking about crashing and see some crashing.
Time has come.
Right, you got this, mate. Be safe. I know this is controlled, and Chris is without doubt one of the best and most accurate riders I've ever worked with. MotoGP guys, World Superbike champions. Chris has got the skills to pay the bills, but there's always a worry, because he's a mate of mine, he's going to hurt himself. Let's take a look, see what happens.
Never better.
Feeling? Well, it went exactly where we thought it was going to go.
It's exactly where I said it'd land. So ignition off first of all. There we go.
A crashed bike.
A crashed motorcycle.
And a crashed but perfectly okay Chris.
Perfectly okay. A little impact on the side there as it hit the floor.
On your hip?
Ribs actually, but nice and steady. Protective kit did its job. Crash marshals have done their job. Straight away we can see no lubricants, no fluid sticking out of the bike.
Okay.
Which is a good sign.
Yep.
That's a good start.
I'm going to say, due to the lack of fluid on the floor down there, it's held up pretty well.
Alan, come and have a look at this with us.
Come on in, Alan.
This was so let's get this straight before we go into it. Who's paying the bill for any damaged parts on the bike?
R&G are.
That is you.
Yeah, not you, mate, not you.
That is you. So let's have a little look through it. Starting from the back.
The cotton reel and the swing arm protector. Cotton reel's still functioning, but it's completely protected the back end there. And then as you come back down, you lost your little gear peg, but you'd be able to get something in there temporarily till you got it repaired. Engine case cover, no fluid loss from there at all. And your crash protector, the front end's done a really good job there. You've got no damage to the side of the bike.
This one hasn't even touched down.
Front forks have gone down a little bit on there.
But that's done its job in as much as...
Still operate the clutch, so if you're on your way to work, you know, temporary repair just on that, and you're away.
So Chris, you are actually happy, as usual. Everything still works?
Yeah, the limbs all still work, yeah, absolutely. Again, we used a controlled method to crash the bike, but it simulates perfectly a 30-mile-an-hour low side crash.
Exactly the kind of crash that a guy probably would have on his way to work without realising he's about to have it. That unknown snap, you're on the floor crash.
Exactly that one, yeah. Bike goes down very quickly. Again, you quite often see the bike slides a long way, even from 30 mile an hour. There's a lot of energy there.
Yeah.
The bike slides a long way on its side. Incredibly,
you can't make this up. This kit for £250 has done exactly what it says on the tin.
When you look at the damage on the bike, we're talking a scuff on the clutch lever and a broken gear lever, but just the stub. Yeah, that for me is really impressive. You'd quite happily click that into second, third gear, and that's the only difference to your ride after the crash compared to your ride before the crash. You can get home, you've got a tiny repair bill, chalk that one up to experience.
So if we're going to put a price on peace of mind, what price peace of mind, funny old thing, it is approximately 250 quid.
250 quid, you're going to pick it up and ride it home.
Or kick it on the side stand and say thanks to everybody that's involved. So R&G, McAMS, ART for giving us the space to have the crash, and you absolute nut job for being happy enough to come down and fling it down the road.
Thanks for holding me hand again, Dad.
Thanks very much.